Okay, right. So let's go through these individuals. Let's start off with Andy. I like these examples because they do cover the spectrum of all the scenarios that I'm interested in. So first of all, we have Andy here. Andy has made gross contributions of 5,000, but Andy has no trading profits. I forgot to put here as well that it says in the question also says that they have no other sources of income. So Andy does not work. So because Andy doesn't work, really, he can't really gain, if you like, he's restricted. His relief, what he can get relief for is restricted, as I mentioned a couple of slides earlier on. So I'm just going to do this on the next slide. So he's got 5,000. That's what he sent through to them. But really, he's restricted to only gain relief on 3,600. Well, if he can only gain relief on 3,600, well, what I have to first of all do is say to him, you know what, Andy, just send, if you like, 80% of, send 80% of 3,600 to the people. So 80% of that is 3,600. So all I'll say to him is just send 2,880 to the to your pension fund folk. The tax office will send another 720, and this together will make up the 3,600 that he will get relief on. Of course, he sent a bit more. If you can see, he sent another 1,400. So no problem. This 1,400 will not get that relief. It will live in the fund. So ultimately, he really should just send the 2,880. No need to send that. HMRC will send that. So send the 2,880. And if he's happy for the 1,400 to just remain in the fund at no relief, that's fine. So in the end, he will send 2,880 plus the 1,400, which means that he will be sending a total of 4,280 to the fund. So that's Andy for you. Let's then look at Brad. We have Brad. Brad has trading profits of 20,000, and he's made pension contributions of 5,000. So let's just go to the next stage here. 20,000, and he's made pension contributions of 5,000. Well, he does have trading profits of 20,000, so he can invest or send all 20 grand. He's only sent 5, no problem. Well, if he's sending 5, all he needs to do is send 80% of this. So all he needs to do is send 4,000 to the pension fund people, and they will send another one. So he will send this, he will send this 4,000, and they will send another 1,000 to HMRC will send another 1,000 as well to the pension fund managers, and that's how we will arrive at his gross amount of 5,000. Right, and so those are those two together. Let us move on and talk about who else? Who's next? Let's go back. Now we have Cindy. Cindy has trading profits. You can probably see where this is going now. Of 20,000. She made pension contributions of 25,000. Because she is restricted, you can only give as much as your trading profits. So somehow she's putting in more money from some other source, maybe a gift. But because pensions are to do with, if you like, trading and employment, she can only put 20,000. So her restriction is 20,000. So let's just go to a clean slide. She's got 20,000 here, and she sent through 25,000. So first of all, because she's restricted at 20,000, if you like, I should really, what I'll do is I'll separate that into two parts. So this is, it's just going in there, but we'll gain no relief, first of all. So no problem. She sent 5,000. This 25,000 it makes up these two things. This 20,000 is the gross amount that is subject to relief, and all she has to do is send 80% of this, and 80% of that, of course, is 16,000. So all she has to do is send 16,000. The government will send another 4 on her behalf, or HMRC, and she sent the 5,000 anyway. For whatever reason, she wishes to keep the money in there. So really, all she needs to do is to send a check of 16,000 plus 5,000. 5,000. This 5,000 is just because she's sending it. It wants to live there. It will gain no relief. This 16,000 will gain that relief, if you like, of the 4,000 that HMRC will send. So she will send through a check 21,000. These are all still very much basic rate taxpayers, as you can tell for now. Let's go back up and see who's next. Then we have Dawn. Interesting here now. Dawn is big guy, right? 85 grand trading profit. So he's a higher rate taxpayer. He's put through 40,000. Okay, so let's just go to a clean sheet. 85,000, 40,000. So no problem. His trading profits are 85 and he can put all of that. He's put 40, so that's fine. All of this is allowable as an investment into his pension fund. We put 80% of this, so he takes 80% of this, is 32,000. So the man sends 32,000 and the government will send on his behalf another 8. Now, here's the thing. Because he's a higher rate earner and he deserves a 40% tax relief, we extend his band. So his band, currently at 32,000, will be extended by this 100%, if you like, so that when we extend this, he can get where he would be paying tax at 40%, he would only be paying at 20%. So we extend the band by 40,000. So his band will now be 0 to 72,000. So income that would have been ordinarily taxed at 40%, 40,000 of it will now be taxed at 20%, giving him the extra relief of 20%. So 20% has gone in, sent from HMRC, and he will get the other 20% via the extension of his band. Okay, right. And that's how that works when you're dealing with your people who have higher rate tax bands. Now let's look at Ed. Ed, again, now Ed has trading profits of 25,000 and he's put 60,000. So he's putting in money from somewhere else that's not to do with trade. So 25,000 is what will attract relief. So 25,000, 60,000. Let me use a clean sheet. We have 25,000. Oops. We have 25,000 and 60,000 here. So 25,000 will attract relief. So let's separate this out again. So if you like, you have 35,000 and 25,000. So this 35,000 he's putting in himself will attract no relief. This 25,000 will attract relief. If this 25,000 will attract relief, we need 80% of this. And let me just work that out. 0.8 times 25,000 is 20,000. So all he has to do is send a check of 20,000 and he will get the extra 5,000 from HMRC. And he wishes to put this 35 in as well, so no problem. He ultimately should just send a check of 55,000 and he will get the relief of 5,000. What I'll do is I will leave you to experiment with the last one because it's quite interesting. It's a full one. And not just experiment, what I actually recommend is that I'll just give you the basis that you can see here. Trading profits are 195. He's put in 30,000. So this person is allowed relief at all the rates. So extend all the bands. And work out the tax. The answers are on the next page. It's an example in the textbook. So that's the gross. All that's allowed. Find 80% of that and just work through the whole thing just based on what I've just done so far, especially using Dawn as your example. That's a good one. And and we'll carry on in the next video. Thank you.